It's interesting with Dean Cruzan, I think about the origin of words as well, and just love spending time with the dean. She'll talk about okay, O-K-A-Y, okay, capital OK, the differences in terms of what somebody means when that comes across. But it's interesting because the theme that I'm just going to share briefly before yielding the podium back to Ram, and then we see the work of the group. But to the BLI graduates, it's this theme of practice leadership that was shared earlier today is what comes to my mind. And Ram, to be around you, the team, Rick, to see you here as well. Early on with org studies, this whole idea, and even today we were talking about like what's an institute, versus a program versus something else that exists at the university. But the idea of like just trying to seed something, an idea. I wish that somebody would have shared with me, you have to practice leadership. I never received that message. I know that you have to practice for the exam. You have to practice in terms of making free throws. You have to practice to get into, say, the whatever it might be, to be in that play on Broadway, you have to practice to get there. And it's interesting because you have to practice leadership. I didn't know it at the time. When I went out into the corporate world, since retired, I'm an airline guy. Any airline stories, complaints you have, let me know. I'll make sure that we feed them to the right people. But we talk a lot about the difference to our team members, the difference between leadership and management. And the root word into leadership, what I was trained, that pathway, if you will. The vision, sure, you have to inspire others, but that pathway is quite a bit different than management, the root word by the hand. And that's important too, right? You have to have them both. This is more fun sometimes in terms of being the leader at the podium, but nothing happens if the management side of the house is not working hand in hand to really allow that leader, put the title to the side. The title could be kid, it could be supervisor, it could be vice president, it could be director, whatever the case might be. But I think this theme of practicing leadership is really, really important. And over 15 years, what I've seen a couple of habits, I can't talk at BLI settings without the habits.
Of course.
I just can't, but when I think about over 15 years, the ability to start small, Bram, there wasn't a vision 15 years ago with what an institute can do. That was within org studies, incubating, that broke out. But times we're going to start small. I know in my airline career, we started small, didn't have any airplanes, just started small. I think I love the habit, but you have to build a team. The team's not one, the team is not wrong. The different people that took the podium today, the program assistants, the peer facilitators, right? I mean, the staff, you have to build that team. And every once in a while, you're gonna have to start where you are. Because it changes, year 5, year 10, year 15. Let's see what happens in year 30. It's iterative, it's dynamic, it's changing. And you always have to pause and reflect. Just think about the last couple of years. And we've had to, we're in person. I'm not in Hollywood Square in a Zoom class right now. But pause and reflect, and I'll close this one, but as you engage the world, and as I think about over 15 years, to now see 3-credit class with ALI 175, Foundations in Leadership, the Leadership Lab, the certificate, the capstone experiences, building on these habits. Listen, I'm 64 years old. I use the habits. And so when I think about practicing leadership, I think that's just a great thing to take home this evening. Congratulations to the BLI graduates. Thanks so much to all of you who make it happen. Looking forward to the next 15 years. Round back to you. Thank you.